Good morning. Good morning, y'all. We are here for another Sunday Sizzle. Let me turn my camera a little bit so we can get the sun out of your face. All right. So let me tell you what we have going on. We have our water boiling or getting ready to boil for our grits. And then right here, we have our pan that we are going to use to pan fry our breakfast sausage. And then over here, we have all the yummy good stuff that we're going to be using to make our red velvet cinnamon roll cake, because I know that's why you came here anyway. Haha. Alright, here we go. That sun glare in my... Hey, Mr. Wapo. Good morning, Mama John Wapo. Hey, Wapo. Hey, Grayson. Let me go ahead and grab the lid to my pot, because I forgot it. And when we start cooking them grits, we're going to need that lid. You want a coffee cup? Your dad fuel cup?
Yeah.
There you go. Bless you, Grayson. Bless you. Good morning, LaRonda. Good morning, Trey. Alright, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started over here. And what we are going to do this morning is we are going to, I'm going to show you all how to make a cinnamon rolls out of a cake box. Y'all know I bake all of my cakes and everything from scratch. But with me doing so, everybody doesn't cook from scratch. So I really want to show you all an easy peasy simple way to be able to duplicate some of what I do from scratch at home in your own kitchen. Okay, so with that being said, this morning we are going to make us some grits, some eggs, some sausage, and for dessert with our breakfast, we are going to have some red velvet cinnamon rolls. All right, so let me just go ahead and point my camera down here so I can show you what we're working with. I hope y'all can see that real good. If nothing else, you want to make sure that you have this. I have this bowl in your frame, okay? Now, what we have going on here is we have our butter over here. I'm going to put that over there because that's for our grits. But you are going to use a cake box, okay? Now, with your cake box, I am using a red velvet Duncan Hines cake for this recipe. Okay, that's because most people know that I make red velvet cinnamon rolls. However, when I make my red velvet cinnamon rolls, I do make them from scratch. But like I said, for all of my people who at home, I want to show you all kind of how to get that cinnamon roll in your kitchen since you're not a scratch cooker. Also, you're going to see me mixing this by hand. Because of the noise, I don't want you all to get a lot of feedback from my mixer. So everything you see me doing here, you're going to see it done manually. But if you have a mixer in your kitchen, go right on ahead and do it, honey. So what we've done here so far is we have put our box of red velvet cake mix in our bowl. And then in addition to, we also have a tablespoon of cocoa powder, okay? So we're going to take that and dump that tablespoon of cocoa powder right into our cake mix. And then we have a half of a cup. Can y'all see that? We have a half of a cup of white all-purpose flour, Okay, and we're just going to give this a quick stir together. Now, the reason why we're putting our all-purpose flour in here is because we don't want our cinnamon rolls to be cakey. So we want to change the consistency of the finished batter. It is going to be cake-like, don't get me wrong, but I'm sure anybody who's eating cake and eating a cinnamon roll, you know the difference in the texture of the cake and the cinnamon roll. So we're just going ahead and adding this in here so that we'll be able to change the texture. And you want to give this a really good mix, because at the end of the day, you don't want your cake to come out with remnants of the white flour. So mix that all up very, very well. Very, very, very well. We've already preheated our oven to 350 degrees. So with us preheating our oven to 350 degrees, that is well on its way over there. In this, we're also going to add 4 eggs. So you're going to whisk your eggs up really good. And put your eggs on over in here. Yes, 4 eggs. Again, we are changing the consistency. If you see a cake box and your cake box tell you to add 3 eggs, I want you to add 4. Okay? In this, we are also adding a 1/2 cup of sour cream. Now, this sour cream right here is one of your key ingredients to getting a more dense batter. Okay? So, we have that. Also, we want to bring up the flavor of the chocolate in the red velvet. So, here we have 2 tablespoons of extra strong coffee. Gonna dump that in there. We have our a whole cup of water that we're gonna put in there. And then we're also going to add 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. So you see, some of the things that we are using are what were in your original cake mix, but we have to make this our own because you don't want cake, you want a cinnamon roll. Okay? And again, we're making red velvet because that's what a lot of people know me to make, is a red velvet cinnamon roll. So we are going to stir this all up together. Like I said, for the sake of the noise, I'm not going to use my mixer, because some of your microphones and speakers or whatever may be amplified, and I don't want all that feedback. So I have my whisk here, and I'm just going to go ahead and whisk all of this up together really, really good. Just do it. That's my dad, y'all. So I just do it. And as you can see, we have everything. No, it's let's get ready, let's get set, let's get cooking.
Let's get ready, let's get set, bring the plate and put it in front of me.
Y'all want to make sure I have my hand out of your view here. But y'all can see, this is red velvet. Now, if you have a yellow cake, I'm a lefty, y'all, sorry, because that right hand was just not working for me. If you have a yellow cake mix and you just want regular cinnamon rolls, go right ahead. Use your yellow cake. Just add all the extra stuff like I just told you. And you're going to heat your oven on 350 degrees. And you're going to bake it off. Okay? Now, when I make my regular red velvet cinnamon rolls, I use this red velvet emotion. This is by Lauren Professional Kitchen. Now, when you are baking and you're baking for other people, emotion is really something that you want to use, because everybody can't tolerate the red dye. Okay, I'm one of those people that I can taste that red dye when you put that red dye in a red velvet cake, i.e. food color. Okay, so use your emotion. All right, so we are mixing this up very, very well over here. Okay, a few little lumps is okay, but you for the most part want to make sure that it's smooth. I'm going to go ahead and get my spatula and scrape the bottom. Even if you're using a mixer, you want to do this. Get your spatula and scrape the bottom to make sure that you have everything all incorporated from the bottom. Okay? So now that we pretty much have our batter all incorporated together, I'm going to set that over there for a second so that I can grab my pan and show you my pan. Alright, here we go. So with our pan, I am using baking spray. And this baking spray actually has flour in it. So for those of you who are old school and you use the butter flour method, pat the pan like grandma and them taught us to do, this right here is your secret weapon to not have to do that anymore. Or you continue doing what you're doing. And you're going to just give your pan a really good spray. If you all don't already follow me on YouTube, head over to my YouTube channel once you're done here and click the subscribe button and take your notifications and put your notifications to all so that you can be notified of all the videos that I post. Because I'm always doing something to show you all at home how to duplicate some of the stuff that we do from scratch. Now what we're doing here is we're going ahead and we're just putting our mix in our pan. I actually put the mix in the pan from the middle so that for the most part it can kind of spread out evenly. Now I am going to give it a little jiggle, but for the most part we have an even spread. Y'all see how nice and pretty this batter is? Now we're going to go ahead and just shake that a little bit. Like I said, we're going to give it a little jiggle. And here's where the fun times come in. Fun times. We have in our bowl, we have a 1/4 cup of sugar and cinnamon. Okay? And 4 tablespoons of cinnamon. And what we're going to do is just take that and put it right on the top for now. Okay? You want to spread that kind of thick right on the top. Okay? Use your whole thing. Put that on the top. And what we're going to do is take our spatula, right? And you're just kind of swirl it in there. Like so. You don't want to mix it too much. And what I'm doing is I'm making figure 8 movements. For those of us who soap, this is a movement in the soaping world. Now what we're doing is we are making this cinnamon go down into the batter. And when you look at it, you can see how with me swirling it, you are making like your cinnamon roll patterns in there, right? So, give that a nice little choop choop, okay? I have a big spot of sugar here, so I'm going to go ahead and make that incorporate down in. Swirl it up. And again, you don't want to over swirl, okay? You don't want to over swirl because you want your sugar to be like you want to create the sugar lines in your batter. Okay? Take this. We're going to take this and put this in the oven. Like I said, we've already preheated our oven to 350 degrees. We're going to put that in the oven and we're letting that bake for about 35 minutes. Now what I'm going to do is just clean all of this up really quick. So we can get ready to move on to our next step. Trey, you let out my dishwater. Alright, y'all, so here we go. We are back over here at our stove. We have our water going for our grits. Our pan pan for our sausage. We're going to go ahead and turn that on so we can start that to heating. Alright, so we have our whisk all washed off. We're going to need that whisk, y'all, for our grits. Give our stove a good wipe down before we start cooking. Now, with our grits, we have our water over here. What we're going to do is we're going to put about a good half tablespoon of salt in our water, okay? So that we can salt our water for our grits before they start cooking. You don't want to over salt them, but you do want to add some flavors to your grits, okay? Here we have our roll of pork sausage that we're going to be using. Now this is just a regular. We want salsa next. You want salsa next? You know what? I can't with you. Okay, no problem. We're going to get some salsa. Okay, so we got our pan heating for our sausage here. We're going to turn that down on medium. We made our dishwater again. Alright, so we're going to cut our sausages up here. Now, cut the package in half. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. Now, I'm feeding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people right about now. So, I'm putting roughly about 2.5 cups of grits into this water. Now y'all see what these grits doing? You're going to get lava real quick. What you want to do, because you don't want your grits, that ain't enough grits. Y'all, I've been cooking long enough that I can feel the grits in the water to tell when I have enough grits to water ratio. So that ain't enough. And these are going to be cheese grits. Now what we're going to do is take this whisk and we're going to stir them real good. Because when you have your grits, honey, you don't want no lumps in them grits, okay? We want grits. We don't want lumpy. Okay? And whenever you are using your pots that are non-stick pots, please use your plastic stuff or whatever you call this. I call it plastic. Or your wood. Because you don't want to be using that metal in there and getting, ripping up the bottom of your pot. Okay? So we're going to let these grits go ahead and start boiling again. And we are going to put, for now, a half of this stick of butter inside of our grits. Until we get them closer to done. Then you'll see what I do with them after that. But for now, we're going to just let them keep boiling. And we're going to just keep stirring from time to time. In the meantime, we're coming over here to our pan to make our sausage. Now we have our sausage in our roll. Can y'all see that? Oh, thank you, Bam Bam. Now what we're going to do is just take our sausage and take a little bit out of our roll. Yes, you can buy the sausage that are already pre-formatted for you. That is fine. But me, I'm old school, y'all. I like to do it by hand. Okay, wait a minute now, because them grits trying to pop on me. Give me a second. Alright, so I had to wash my hands. Y'all see what grits do? That's why I didn't put the lid on there first, because I want y'all to be able to see. Grits pop, okay? Grits are hot. Grits will burn you. That's why back in the day when Grandma and them used to want to get even with people, they play grit ball. And they be throwing them grits on folks and stuff. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our grits and turn them down on a medium heat and let them cook slow. And we're going to put a lid on them, okay? And we're going to wipe our stove down and come back from time to time, and we're going to stir them grits up again. Because, again, you don't want them to get lumpy. You do want them to be thick. I want them to be kind of thick because I'm going to put some cheese in them, okay? But now back to our meat right here. We could turn that up to about a minute. Oh, and our cinnamon buns, we're going to let them bake for like 35 minutes. So they've been cooking right now for what, about 5 minutes, y'all would say? Yeah, actually, Tamika, I don't use chicken stock and milk. I do have my milk over there, but I will show you what I do use. I don't use chicken stock per se. And matter of fact, I can put something in there because I show you what I use. Let me finish mixing up my sausage patties first here. And I'll show you. That one kind of thick, y'all. We got to make 2 out of that one. Now y'all will notice that this meat, the sausage patties are making their own oil. That's why I didn't put any oil in this pan. And again, with this being a non-stick pan, it just works. But the key is not trying to cook them too fast. I should have made some biscuits, y'all, but we making them red velvet cinnamon rolls. So maybe we'll make some biscuits next Sunday. Each Sunday, I'm going to try to feature y'all something that you wouldn't ordinarily cook that makes it worth your time coming over here watching me on the Sunday Sizzle. So, all right, we're going to let them cook. Wash my hands again. Y'all see how our grits are cooking slow? They're not popping all over the place, but yet they're cooking and they're getting thick. That's what you want. You want your grits to cook slow and steady. Slow and steady. Yeah, you want your grits to cook slow and steady so that you don't have lumps, but they get done. Now, Tamika, to answer your question, this is what I use. I don't use chicken stock per se, but I do use chicken flavored bouillon. Matter of fact, I could throw a little bit in my grits now. Yes, honey. The one thing about it is it takes your grits up to another level, y'all. Especially if you want like some country kind of grits or whatever and not plain. Now that we got that mixed in there really good, we're going to go ahead and add our other half of our stick of butter. Y'all, these grits will burn like lava. And now what I'm going to do is turn my grits down on low. And here, I'm going to go ahead and add my milk to my grits. The milk is going to make them really nice and creamy, okay? Depending on how thick they get, I may come back and add some more milk, but we'll see. But right now, that's enough. Because we also have to add our cheese in here as well. Did I tell y'all we were making some cheese grits? Yes, honey. These going to be cheese grits, baby. Cheese grits all day. Well, I just fell it's my towel. Fell off my stove onto my foot. Now we're going to keep stirring these grits real good, y'all. We have them down on a low flame, so they're going to keep doing their thing. And again, you can't stir a grit too much, okay? Just know that. Whatever you do, just keep stirring, because you do not want lumps. If you feed me some lumpy grits, I'm telling you now, I'm going to talk about you. Because you know what? I did not teach you to make lumpy grits. And for those food critics out there who say, she didn't wash them grits first. You know what? I didn't wash my grits because I don't like to wash my grits first. Okay? If you want to wash your grits, wash your grits. For me, when you wash the grits, I find sometimes that it increases the lump because it makes everything stick together. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and flip our sausage. Okay? Yum, yum, yum. Don't they look good, y'all? And whenever you flip your sausage, I know a lot of people just want to take and do this. Don't press all that meat out of the sausage. Don't kill them sausages, okay? Don't do this because you're making them dry. You want them nice and juicy in the middle, okay? And you just want to let them cook. Let them cook slow and do their thing, okay? They gonna get done in the middle. The key to cooking is, y'all, is not trying to cook your food too fast. That's what a lot of people mess up. Because they really try to cook their food too fast. And you can't rush the food. You really can't. Let me turn my camera up so y'all can see me. Because I'm being mama-ish now. You can't rush the food, okay? You have to let the food take its time and cook and do its thing. You can't rush it. Just point blank and period. So if you're going to cook it, take your time and cook it so you can cook it with a whole lot of love. I can tell when love is in the food. You want the food to be like, I wanted to do this for you. If you're feeding somebody, even yourself, you want to make it like, I wanted to do this for me. Okay? That part right there. So we're going to keep stirring these grits. We have our sausages over here cooking. Really, really good. Little Rhonda, you a mess. Alright, y'all see that's going on. So what I'm going to do while this cooking, I'm going to let y'all watch my stove. Let me know if anything start happening. What I'm about to do is turn around and go over here and wash these dishes up out this sink really quick. Because y'all know what Grandma said. You can't have all them dishes in that kitchen when you cooking, honey. You can't be doing all that right there. Ooh, my grandma was a mess, y'all. When I tell you what, if you went in that kitchen with Grandma, let me turn this up so y'all can see my face. Because Grandma be making all kind of faces. I be thinking about my grandma sometimes. It's so funny. Because listen, y'all. Grandma be like, listen, that kitchen nasty. I'm not eating out that kitchen and this and that and the others, right? So, if you went to Grandma, you ask Grandma, you want some of so-and-so? Grandma, the first question Grandma asked, what that kitchen look like? Okay? So, with that, I always be hearing my grandma in my head when I be cooking, y'all. You better wash them dishes. So, what I'm about to do is come over here and wash my dishes while this meat's still doing this thing. And we have our grits cooking down low over there. So y'all watch the stove for me and let me know if anything happens. Y'all watch the sausage right there while I wash these few little dishes up. Alright, y'all, I'm back. Now, y'all see how quick that was? So, whenever you cooking, make sure you wash some dishes along the way, okay? Don't let all that stuff pile up in. You be like, oh my goodness, you get overwhelmed with everything. Because, man, that's a lot of dishes. Yeah, it's a lot of dishes because you made it a lot of dishes. Now, go wash some dishes. But if you do it along the way, there won't be a lot of dishes. Now, y'all know if I was pre-recording this and it wasn't live, if y'all know if I would have... Hey, Shell, how are you? Y'all know if we were pre-recorded, I would have edited this part out. So you all get to see everything happening live over here, okay? If you have not already done so, make sure that you go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification button and click it to all. You're already here with me on Facebook Live, so you know that we're over here. But also, we are on Instagram and Snapchat as Curlinda Can Cook. Shell, I have those red velvet cinnamon rolls in the oven, honey. Alright, so our sausage is almost finished. Let's check our grits. I'm going to taste them to see if they're done. So we get ready to add our cheese. Y'all know me. Stir, taste, repeat. Stir, taste, repeat. So you want to be able to stir and taste your food as you go. Don't get nobody no bland food, okay? Nobody no bland food. Shell, I did this recipe with these red velvet cinnamon rolls just for you. So you know what? When I upload this video, I don't know if you caught the beginning, but when I upload this video, you're going to be able to see how to duplicate those red velvet cinnamon rolls in your kitchen. Now, I know I made mine from scratch, but I showed you how to make it out of the cake box, okay? Let me take these grits, y'all. Gotta blow them first, though, because these grits is hot. Y'all, honey, y'all. Babe, come and take these grits. Yeah, honey. Them grits is the business right there. Yeah. Had to get another spoon, y'all. Get a clean spoon. Come and take these grits. I know you ain't, y'all, my husband kind of funny, so he ain't going to come on this camera because he ain't all dressed up this morning. Just wave your hand so they know you're in the kitchen.
Hello.
Yeah, there you go. Y'all see that ring right there? Look, he waved a hand with the ring on it. You know what? Greg was saying do something else. All right, y'all. He gonna taste these grits. They hot, baby. We gotta taste them.
Yeah, no. Yes, ma'am.
That's it right there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Look, we got that stamp of approval right there from Mr. Sam, so we're going to go ahead and turn these grits way down on the low. Get him another stir. He like his grits real thick, y'all. That's why I cook these grits thick. The thicker, the better for him. Now, what we going to do with these grits, it's about to go down. What we going to do, y'all, is we're going to add this cheese off up in here. And we're going to say just a teensy bit of cheese to put some on the top. You know, for the picture purposes for when I upload this video to YouTube and everything. But y'all see that cheese right there? Honey. What's wrong with Wapo? Grayson, what's the matter, Mama Somebody? Again, y'all, this part would have been edited out too, but since y'all here with me live, y'all get to see everything that's going on up over and up in here. Yes, Grayson is crying. We're going to see just how many minutes he cried for, okay? He over there fighting his daddy. Y'all, we got the cheese and the grits. I'm talking about like boom, bam, pow, y'all. All right, we just going to put that right there, right there. We're going to take these off. And then once we get our grits off, once we get our meat done, we are going to scramble us some eggs to go with our grits and sausage and stuff. Y'all know. This the Sunday morning sizzle, baby, honey. Y'all have to get up on Sunday morning. It is 8:30. So you know what? If y'all want to duplicate this in y'all kitchen, y'all got time to go to the store, get everything cooked up all before 12 o'clock. So it'll still be morning and you can still act like you just really wanted to make breakfast. Because y'all see this from start to finish. And you know what? If you need to rewind anything, guess what? This video is going to be right here. So all you got to do is hit that button and be like, toop, 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 toop. Let me go back. What did she say to do right here? That part right there. All right, let me get this pan washed out really good. Get my stove wiped off, y'all. Wash out my pan so we can scramble us some eggs. Who all want eggs? Where everybody went? Everybody out the door? Who all want eggs? Everybody went outside? Oh. Well, y'all, they done went out somewhere. So, but y'all know what? Let me show y'all something. I'm going to show y'all, for the people who don't have a toaster, let me get some butter. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to refrigerator and get some butter. Alright, y'all, so I got my butter. Y'all know me, I love my Imperial. I know y'all be seeing my little Imperial packs right here that I be using in my videos. But this is what the box looks like. If y'all want to buy me something for my birthday or for Christmas, y'all buy me some Imperial butter. Because I do all my baking with Imperial, okay? So, yeah, that part right there. Alright, so here we go. This is what I want to show y'all. Since we're going to wait on them to come back a little bit to scramble them eggs, we're going to make some toast to go. Baby, you want toast? Alright, but for all our people who don't have a toaster, let me show y'all how we did it back in the day, okay? At grandma's house and stuff. Y'all love my grandma. I miss my grandma. I know y'all hear me talk about my grandma in my videos a lot. My mama taught me how to cook, don't get me wrong, but my grandma was very influential in my kitchen because grandma did stuff like they did like way back before we got electric stoves and stuff. And so some of that stuff, it was just like really cute that grandma taught me and I just keep it. So... but yeah, that part. So what we're going to do is we're going to take us a little bit of butter, right? And we're going to take that butter and we're going to put that butter in the pan. Then we're going to take our slice of bread and put our slice of bread right there. Then we're going to take this piece of butter right here since it's already half melted and put that right on top of there like so. And spread it for as much as we can. Because we're going to make toast on top of the stove. Okay? I know some of y'all new millennials don't know how to make no toast on top of the stove. They be like, we ain't got no toaster. You know what, baby? We ain't have none either. But we had toast, honey. We had toast right out of my kitchen. We sure did. Alright? So we're going to let that do its thing right there. Grab all our extra butter. We're going to turn that over. We're going to turn it back over, but I want that butter to melt under the bottom so I can make it do what I need it to do. Alright, so that was good enough. So now we're just going to spread it. And we're going to let that right there, sit right there, and do its little toasty thing. And again, we're going to come over here and stir these grits. Now, these grits are cooking really low, okay, and slow. If you want to add some black pepper into your grits for cosmetics, you can add black pepper in there. Okay? Y'all, let me flip this piece of toast real quick. Alright, let me turn my fire up a little bit on my pan. Yeah, it's coming up high. I'm flipping that toast over, y'all, because I want toast. I don't want to burn it. And again, y'all notice I did not take my bread and smush it. Don't smush the bread, y'all. Don't smush the bread. Give our stove a little right down in between. Y'all see that right there? Bam, baby. Bam. You got toast. Where our new millennials at? Y'all ain't never know y'all can make no toast on the stove, honey. Boom. There you go right there. You see that toast? Y'all see that pretty toast? Y'all see that pretty toast? And you got flavor to it because you got butter in it. You can't put the butter on your toast when you get it and put it in the toaster. This how we did it at Grandma's house. Right there. Okay? See that right there? Look at that. Ha ha. Toast. Now let's go ahead and wipe our pan. Wipe your pan out. Get it good and clean. Because what you don't want to do is have the trash in your pan for your next piece of toast. Okay? And again, you're going to go ahead and scrape you off a little bit of butter. Kind of make your butter. And turn it down some. Okay? And you sit your bread right on top of your butter. Yes, I can do 2 or 3 of these at a time. But I'm killing time right now. So I'm only doing 1 at a time. And we're just going to let it do its thing. Okay? Okay? I'm going to do it just like I did the first one. Flip it over a little bit so I can do its thing. Y'all see that I already had started toasting on that side. Okay? Alright, and let it keep doing its thing. Now y'all, it's almost time for us to plate up so we can eat up. Let's go ahead and check on our cinnamon buns because it's almost been time for those. Alright, they still got a little more cooking to do, so we're going to let them keep doing their thing. Now, I'm not pressing this down, y'all. I'm just like pushing it a little bit so I heard that butter cook on the other side because that's what I wanted the butter to cook off. Okay? Again, wipe down your pan. Like so. Get ready for the next one. And when you put your butter on your toast, y'all, you don't want to put it on too thick so that it doesn't cook because you'll have a soggy spot in your bread. No, George, we are going to have those actually next Sunday morning. I'm glad you brought that up because I got a request for that yesterday, as a matter of fact. So we are going to be having salmon patties next Sunday. Next Sunday we'll have some salmon patties and some home fries. I'll show y'all how to make home fries and all that good stuff. And we might have some more grits again. Y'all, what I'm going to do with these grits is, since I'm letting them sit here like this, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more milk to them. Just not a whole lot, just a little bit. Since I have them sitting, because I don't want them to fuse. And we're just going to mix them up so that we can loosen them up a little bit. Because they're not really cooking, they're on low. So with them being on low, they're actually kind of becoming dehydrated. But we do want them good and creamy. See how we just creamed them back together? That's what you want with your grits. And what we don't want is to burn our toast. I'll be sitting here running my mouth. Y'all, I'm trying to stay on here long enough for those red velvet cinnamon rolls to get done, so I don't have to just post up a picture. But for those of you who don't want to watch me make toast, because we got 3 more pieces to go, when we get to when I post the video, just fast forward past that part. George, how you doing out there on that road? Alright, remember what I did? I'm going to flip it over to let the butter melt down a little bit so I can spread it and get it to do what I need it to do. And there we go. We're going to let that cook, y'all. I'm going to put our lid back on our grits. If there's anything that you all like to see me cook on my channel, go ahead and make the request, and I will work to get it on here for you. Like I said, next Sunday on our Sunday SIZZLE, we're going to be making salmon patties, or some of you know them as salmon croquets. That's what we are going to be making next week. My husband gonna be happy because he's been asking me for some. So we're letting our toast do its thing. Our cinnamon buns is finished. And now, also, just know this. You are starting with your cinnamon rolls, guys. You are starting it with a cake mix. So what you're starting with a cake mix, yes, you are going to have something kind of like cake, but it's not going to be cake. The texture is going to be different, but it will rise up in your bowl. Also, I need to go ahead, once I finish with this toast, and make the topping for it, because we're going to need that. Again, I'm just poking at it a little bit to get that spot where I know that butter is warm. Hey, babe. Greg. Yeah. Let me see your phone for a second, love. No, I didn't wipe my pan this time, y'all. Did not. But then there's no trash on my pan either. Alright, I'm going to run and get my husband's phone and I'll be right back because I got to do something. Alright, y'all. So we got this going right here. We're going to just let our toast keep doing what our toast do. Alright, y'all, now that I got done what I need to get done over there, let's go ahead and take this piece of toast out, and we are going to toast our last piece of toast. There we go. And nope, I didn't wipe my pan that time either. But again, the way that I'm cooking it, I'm not having trash in my pan. We're going to go ahead and give our grits another good stir. I'm just getting these extra grits off of here, y'all. Alright, that's almost done. We're going to do this, scramble our eggs. We'll get our bowl to put our eggs in it. Let that little butter spot cook a little bit more. Dun, 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 dun. Now with your toast, if you want to add some jelly onto it or something, go right ahead. Because guess what? It's your toast and you can do that. I'm going to wipe my pan off so that we can scramble our eggs on it. That right there. And for now, we are going to turn our camera back over here to get our eggs in our bowl so that we can scramble them. Who all want eggs? Y'all see what I just did? That egg, a little bit of shell dropped in there. There's no sense in fighting over eggshells. Just go ahead and take the shell, and the shell acts as a magnet, and it will pull up your shell. So we have 3, 6, 7, one more. 8 eggs we're going to scramble. Okay? I rag it. Daddy don't want eggs. I'm just going to cook enough eggs for everybody because I see they keep walking outside and every time I ask.
I ain't know what she said.
Oh, he wasn't there when you talked.
Oh, I was asking if you wanted eggs.
Yeah, I want the egg.
You want some eggs?
Yeah. That's what you were cooking, ain't it?
Scrambling some eggs, yeah, with everything else that we got going on.
Yeah. You want everything you got going on? Yeah.
All right.
Wouldn't be right.
We'll be right, Greg. All right, y'all. So what I'm doing now is just putting a little bit of oil in the bottom of my pan so that can heat up. And we're going to scramble our eggs. And once we get our eggs scrambled, y'all, we can eat. So here, with our eggs, I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And crack in a little bit of pepper. Let me get my pepper. Pepper. All right, y'all. So I got my pepper here. So we're just adding a little salt and pepper to our eggs and a little bit of milk so that they can be fluffy. All right. Then we're going to get a fork and stir that all together like so. And y'all, when I scramble my eggs, I like soft scrambled eggs. I don't like hard, dead eggs. So, you cook your egg how you want to cook your egg, but I'm making these soft scrambled, okay? And when you scramble your eggs, you can use a whisk or whatever you have. A spatula, a whisk. Again, when you're using this kind of pan, especially when you're scrambling your eggs, don't use metal because you're going to scrape up the bottom of your pan. Now I'm going to get my oil together, and I'm just going to pour my eggs right in the middle. And I'm going to get my wooden spoon and just put it down from the side and stir.
That's what I have to check. This one right here is not bad. I have to get this in there. I'm going in tomorrow.
Y'all see what's happening, right? We're not cooking our eggs too fast. And see how you got you some pretty yellow scrambled eggs. Restaurant quality, honey. Restaurant quality. And we're just going to let them cook down a little bit. Wait, there go your phone right now. Now, since our pan is already hot and we don't want to overcook our eggs, guess what you could do? Turn the stove off. Leave the pan on the stove, but turn the stove off. Again, I like my eggs soft scrambled. If this is too soft for you, Keep cooking. Keep stirring. This is going to cook anyway while it's sitting there on the fire. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start to plate up so that we can eat up. And in the end, I'm going to come back and make that icing for those red velvet cinnamon rolls. Alright. So here we go with these grits, y'all. Put them grits right on that plate, honey. Yes, darling. Yes, darling. So you got some nice thick grits. So these grits are not running all over your plate, okay? We want grits. We don't want something that's running. Now, if you want at this point, because that eye's still on and those eggs are still cooking, if you want at this point to take your eggs out of the pan, if you like soft eggs, you can take them out of the pan and put them in a bowl or something. And you're good. And you can stop them from cooking by removing them off the stove. Okay, so we got the grits. We got the eggs here. Two pieces of sausage right there. And some toast. And yes, darling, that is breakfast. That is breakfast. Get us a little bit of butter. Put it right there. And guess what else? We're going to throw a little black pepper right on the top. I'm going to move that off that eye, y'all, because I don't want my eggs to keep cooking. So there you have it. Grits, eggs, sausage, and toast. Now I want to show y'all what we have. I'm going to show y'all what we have with our cinnamon buns. Okay.
Sure smells good.
Yeah. You see that we have right here? We're going to go ahead and let this cool down for a few minutes so we can add our icing to the top. Baby, your plate fits. Stay outside so they can get their food.
Stay right here.
Oh. Well, I can fix their food while I'm letting this cool down. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and fix everybody's food while we letting our cinnamon bun stuff cool down over there so that we can get that on out the way. And then we'll be able to make our topping. Thank you all so much for stopping by and watching my Sunday morning sizzle. The love and support that I get from you guys is so phenomenal. And as always, be sure to share this video with a friend. Like, comment, give me your feedback. Again, if there's something that you want to see on here, let me know and I will get it on here for you. Y'all see how that's pulling away from the pan now that it's cooling down? If you watch it, it's cooling down and it's doing some things over there. You're welcome, Dad. You stay a little bit, Tammy? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I love cooking. I have so much fun cooking. You have no idea. Cooking puts me in my happy place. You're welcome. So since we are making these red velvet, y'all, when we make our icing for these, our base is going to be a cream cheese base. Which means we're using real cream cheese. Alright. I had to move this pen out my way, y'all. It's in my way now. So what we're going to do with this cream cheese is we are going to take a half a pack of our cream cheese and we are going to, it's already cooled down, but I want it soft. So we're going to soften it in the microwave a little more for about 30 seconds. I've had it out of the refrigerator for it to get room temp, but I want it more soft so that I can stir it really good for y'all. Also in that, I'm going to add, I'll wait till I get this out of the microwave. Hold on. So for 30 seconds, we're going to let that sit in the microwave. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get our powdered sugar from up here in our cabinet. Y'all have big bags of confectionery sugar, so, because I bake a lot. I got this from Sam's Club. Okay. So we're going to just slide this back a bit. Move our other part of our cream cheese. Slide that back a bit so y'all can see me make the icing. So see how I got this soft, just sticking it in the microwave? That's what you want. You want it soft and spreadable. And then I'm going to take about 2 tablespoons of butter and put it right in there. And we're going to mix that in. And your butter is actually what melts everything. When you're spreading over the warm surface, it's your butter that you see melting. Your icing, right? So now that we got that together, we're going to add like a half of a cap of lemon extract just to give it a little oomph. Gonna stir that. And then we're also going to add a little bit of vanilla. About 1/8 of a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay? We're going to stir that up. Again, when you do this, I'm doing this red velvet because I always make red velvet cinnamon rolls. But when you do this, you can use your yellow box cake and make it, and it's going to come out. You'll be able to see your swirls more. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm putting I want to start off with about 1 cup of confectioner's sugar. And I'm going to stir it in there. But like I was saying, you could use a yellow cake mix. When you use your yellow cake mix, you'll be able to see your swirls more. And we're just going to stir this up really good to get the lumps out of here. And again, for the sake of the noise, I am not using my mixer. But normally, I use my mixer for this. We want to stir it all together again. You want to stir it so you don't have no lumps in it. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and get this a good taste. And that is good. Now what we're going to do, and then we're done, y'all. We're going to take our spatula, take our icing out, and spread it across the top like so. Don't that look good already, y'all? That is just ooey gooey yumminess right there. And you want to keep spreading it until you get it all over. Like so. I see a few little crumbs, but that's okay. That's because I did it by hand. If I would have did it on my mixer, I wouldn't have that, but that's fine. That's called manual labor of love. Okay? Now, all you have to do now, y'all, is cut and eat. And because you have it in this pan, you can cut them as large or as small as you want to. And all you need with this, honey, is some milk. All you need is to lay back down. Oh, you got the itis. Huh? And there you go. Ain't that ooey gooey good? Mm-hmm. Get you a plate. Scoop you one out. And you got your cinnamon, you got your sugar, you got your cream cheese. You got everything all right there to go. See that, y'all? Ooey gooey yumminess. That's what you have right there. Y'all see how that fleck off right there? Yes, darling. See your lines in it from your cinnamon? Can you see that cinnamon line right there? So when you take a bite, you're going to get all that cinnamon. Look at that, y'all. This right here, honey, this is life. I need to do a cinnamon roll mukbang. Anyway, y'all, it's really talk food in your mouth. So what I'm about to do is turn off this camera so I can get all my food in my mouth. And we'll talk about it later. Thank you so much for watching. As always, your love and support means so much to me. If you have not already done so, go right on ahead over to my YouTube channel at Curlinda Can Cook. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to my channel. Make sure you turn your notifications to all so you will be able to get all the notifications whenever I post videos. Also, shout us out on Instagram at Curlinda Can Cook. And right here on Facebook. If you decide to try any of our dishes, be sure to take a picture so that we can show you some love back. Sorry, y'all, I had that food in my mouth. But thank you so much for watching. Again, this is Curlinda with Curlinda Can Cook. And as always, you go out and you be blessed. And remember to be a blessing. You have a great day. Bye-bye.